Welcome to Simple B. It's your boy P. You know what it is. Now hit the subscribe button. Let's get it. Shit. Today we're gonna talk about the. What are we gonna talk about? The game three? No, my bad. Game four. Nuggets, Clippers. Then we have the game three. Golden State. We got a bunch of game threes. We got the Magic game three versus Celtics, and then we got the Lakers game. So we're gonna start off with the Nuggets Clippers, and yeah, let's jump straight to it. The Clippers was up 2-1, and for a minute before game four, everything looked like it's going to Clippers' favor. But some reason, it's like people still underestimating the power of a team being together for a long time. You see, this Nuggets core have been together for a long time. That's something I mentioned before the series even started, or maybe before, after game one, something like that. So it's a reason why they could afford to fire Michael Malone exactly for a game like this. The deeper the series goes, you see that the more all the scams is gonna be exposed, and you see basketball. No matter how you play it, especially when you come to playoffs, the deeper the series gets, at some point everything just gonna come down to who got the better players on the squad. Doesn't matter how your motion or how your offensive philosophy been looking through the season. All that goes out the window when the series get tighter and tighter. And that's why I mentioned last video. I said James Harden have to go back to James Harden. He can't be out there having these average games. See, the Philly thing hurt him a little bit when he had to go into some point guard shit, but now he gotta get back to James Harden. He had to get back to the basketball level. Maybe it's not gonna be possible in this series or ever, but he gotta go back to being the best player on the court. And right now it's clearly Jokic. And of course, yeah, Jokic is number one ranked on the planet. So sometimes it's like people just, and that shit is getting unnoticed too. That and we haven't even talked about Jokic that much this series because we are so spoiled with his crazy triple doubles. Man, the nigga had 33, 21, and 9 yesterday. 33. Forget the assists, forget the points. He had 21 rebounds. And he can't even jump. So you can tell he came to play since he grabbed 21 defensive rebounds on a road game. And yeah, what I was talking about when I said the Mike Malone point, that firing Mike Malone. There is a philosophy that says a coach's voice is only gonna last for 5 years. Some experts say that. And yeah, he been there for like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, I think 10 years or something like that. And your stars are stars now. They grown, man. They make it 200 mil plus, all of them. So they don't want to listen. But players play for players at the end of the day. Players will always play for each other. And that's exactly the win Nuggets got yesterday. Even though it wasn't a crazy buzzer beater from Aaron Gordon. Shout out to Aaron Gordon. I feel like, he deserved this, man. He's been through some shit this season, and so he haven't really, I don't think he haven't even been capable to getting into full shape, like full top shape. I mean, physically, but everything is rhythm at the end of the day too when it comes to this basketball thing. And yeah, so players play for players. You see, they did for this game, and they didn't have to play Westbrook. And that says something because at the end of the day, like I mentioned, the Nuggets core, their core with Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, and Aaron Gordon. Like, you knew it was just Michael Porter Jr. He'd been through a weird season too. So it's just that's just his been what it's been for this squad. They be talking about this is gonna be the last dance, blah blah blah. So he haven't been there mentally, but it's still his boys. Like they know each other for years. See, the only thing that really like everybody can talk about, of course, they lost Bruce Brown, they have Jeff Green, they had a bunch of players that was contributed to the championship, but the core is still the core. So this Nuggets core, which thing I feel like sticking out the most is they got two third options. It's not often that you have two third options, which is not a statement that people make. It's not a fact, but that's just the truth. Like you can't put that in statistics because who's the third? The second option is Jamal Murray. I mean, we can argue sometimes if he's the third too. So that the second and third option, you got three players between those in that on those spots. So all you need them is to show up. Nobody, if Yogi's gonna give you 36, 21, and 9 or something like that, 8 assists, I don't even think your second option have to get to 20 sometimes because 36 points is a lot of points. So when you have everybody around, first of all, they got everybody's around double digits in the starting lineup because it's playoff time now. So there is no need for all these beautiful rotations. See, Westbrook didn't play. I don't know what's going on or what's got into that system. But we know that it might have something to do with the whole owner shit, the owner club, the organization, basically, because there's been a lot of rumors about Westbrook playing too much. So the new coach, you can't be out there playing Westbrook too much, even though he helped you win the first game. I'm being long-winded here in the intro, but I'm just trying to make a point that this is exactly how Nuggets won the game. They had 5 players, double digits. Everybody played 42 minutes plus out of their 48. So if you have your best players out there for 42 minutes, 35 of those minutes gonna be high quality basketball. You still have 5 of those players that actually are champions on the court for 42 minutes. See, I don't think Ty Lue saw that coming. I really don't. Because if he did, he will probably play them different. He kind of saw it on the way. And yeah, Michael Porter, he showed up because a lot of for Nuggets to be a successful team, they just need him and Gordon to ball. If him and Gordon are balling, it's too hard to stop him because with the Michael Porter, we're talking about a 6'9", 6'10" wing guy, shooter. I think he made 4 out of 7 threes yesterday, and he was making tough shots. But the way he shot it, it was like, he was basically programmed. He knew that, okay, today I gotta. It's like Jokic is, his leadership is really showing, man. Like everybody wanted to show up for him because he'd be showing up for them for years, and they'd be all of them been injured. He'd been healthy all this time, and shit, DeAndre Jordan played 4 minutes and he had some nice 4 minutes. He got a lob dunk. I think he got fouled 3 times. Like he had a huge inside presence for this 4 minutes that he was on the court, and sometimes that's all it takes. See, nobody's gonna talk about what he did in those 4 minutes, but he kept the game close because they were up. I think they were up 7, and when he was in for those 4 minutes, I think he managed to put the Clippers on the foul trouble in that second quarter. He put them in the foul trouble, and they got to the penalty earlier. And they got to the penalty, I think, where they got to the bonus when it was 6 minutes left of the second quarter. That everybody know if you have a team, if you're in the bonus with 6 minutes left, bro, then everything is a goal. You can attack you're gonna attack every single offense, every single possession. As soon as they touch you, it's 2 free throws. And that's was one of the feel like the factors that made Nuggets even more comfortable, more confident that we got this. Like Nuggets is not fairing Clippers, no matter what's going on, no matter what the media is talking about. They're not fairing them at all. And I really want people to understand that exactly that players know. players knows everything at the end of the day. Like you can have coaches mention that or give you that type of strategy, or your scout saying this, or the media talking about that. But between players, we know the deal. Nuggets starting five know that they have a championship starting five. All you need is Christian Brown to play okay, because he's the kind of the question mark, because he's too young, inexperienced. Then they're there, but Christian Brown is good enough to give you a little something. He's missing a lot of shots. I understand he can shoot it also. If he can just make 30% out of his threes, then it's a problem. But at least he was aggressive. He was rebounding, playing full court defense, out there intimidating players. I think he got 5 assists, 17 points, 5 assists, 7 rebounds. Come on, yo, we take that. Aaron Gordon had 14, 5 assists, 6 rebounds, game-winning dunk. Murray was struggling. I think Murray shot 6 for 22, ended up with 13 points, 7 assists. Yo, so this assist was all over the place. But and that's the crazy part too, that Murray didn't even have a good game. So imagine them now actually going back to Denver the way they got this win. So I think this win, I'm not gonna be out there talking about Clippers threw one away. I'm not gonna do that. We gotta respect the Nuggets today. We just gotta respect the Nuggets' greatness, who they are, who they showed us they are. Because last year they just ran into a young Timberwolves. Otherwise, they might be two-time champs if they didn't run into Timberwolves. Especially like they were just not prepared for them last year. But you can tell when they got going, they went up 0-2 and won 3 straight games. So, yo, as long as Jokic is healthy, man, everything is possible. So, shout out to Jokic for actually having a monster game that nobody would even talk, because we're getting so used to it. But he had 36, 21, 8, one block, two steals, 2 turnovers total, 43 minutes. He was bringing the ball up, high field goal percentage, 3 out of 6 from three, 14 out of 25 something from the field goal overall. Like, yo, Jokic had one of the greatest playoff games probably in the history, to be honest. So I don't feel like I should. I already mentioned what I said about James Harden, Bogdanovich. They gotta figure something out because he's not giving them enough right now. And I felt like Ben Simmons, he had some good minutes, to be honest. He played 6, 7 minutes, but I felt like he had some good minutes. But yeah, Clippers, they gotta do something. I think they gotta speed up the whole pace, like the pace. They gotta play faster. I feel they have to play faster, because if we're gonna play the slow game, half court, it's gonna come down to Kawhi and Jokic. But still, Kawhi is working his way back, and he's not holding the ball like Jokic are doing. His usage rate is not the same. We don't know with Kawhi, it's just surge and get the ball, get to a spot, rise, shoot over players, stuff like that. So I still expect Kawhi to have a nice, maybe a vintage performance again. But James Harden got to be better, because they got two, three, third options over there on the other side, and right now you're not even doing your part as the first or second option. So 15 points, James Harden, nigga, you used to average 36. So, and we gonna need those 36 from James Harden. 11 assists, shit, you can cut that down to 7, man. Get your 36 points. So yeah, that's about it when it comes to that game. Uh, let's jump to the Magic game. You see, I said, if y'all watched 2 videos ago, I said Celtics might be in trouble. And it may be right there and then. It probably sounds like a crazy statement, but I really felt it. Like basketball is all about matchups, like I keep saying. And I really felt like I think Orlando Magic believe that they should be up 3-0 instead of being down 1-2 because they play close game one, lost game one, and played even closer on game two without Tatum on the court, and they lost that game. So you have to, as a team, you have to at least try to convince yourself mentally, you know what, we are better than these guys if we just play our game. And they need to go deeper to their rotation, which they did because Cantavius Pope, bro, we don't need those 2 point games or whatever he be giving us lately, like or 10 points, like bro. I think he gave us zero actually. Like Cantavius Caldwell Pope, I don't care how much money he's making right now. Right now he's not Caldwell Pope. So when with that role that he have, we just need automatically 15 to 20 points. So if you're gonna go from 15 to 20 points to zero right now, bro, you gotta go to the bench. And I mentioned they should play Anthony Blackmore, and they did. And he had a great game. He played 30 minutes, 9 points. He was getting full court pressing, full court defense, literally picking the ball from Pritchard. Like he let him know, yo, you may be the sixth man of the year, but you ain't gonna come out do all that finesse shit over here. Like this is the mud. And that's exactly how Anthony Black played, and with the swagger that Anthony Black plays with, that lifts the whole team. And Cole Anthony is probably one of the better guards off the bench in the league, but I don't know what's going on with him. It's like they don't. It's every other day they want to play him. He's the reason why they got into the playoffs, especially in that playing game. He had a big game, but they put him on the bench now when the playoffs start. Gary Harris, experienced player, 0 points. They still won the game. You gotta do better. Jonathan Isaac, 17 points. No, 17 minutes, 2 points. Bro, you gotta do better, man. All y'all niggas gotta do better. Paulo Banquero, my dog. I'll be saying he's gonna be one of the best players in the league in the future. Everybody be talking about just a shout out to Wemby. Everybody know Wemby's gonna be the best. Something like that. But Banquero, he's the one. And I just realized yesterday he's only 22. I thought it was at least 24, 25. So he's 22 right now, looking the way he's looking. So the future is super bright for him, man. It's crazy. So Banquero, he was in foul trouble, but he gave them a good first quarter. I think he had like 13 points first quarter, and yeah, and then he got I think he ended up with 15 in the first half. Franz Wagner was balling all through the whole game. Like he's aggressive. Like Franz Wagner, you see with him, people understand sometimes these European players, bro, their confidence is different because their basketball IQ is already higher than most of the, no offense, American players out there. It is because we're still playing basketball in Europe, while and everybody's playing the same in Europe from at the age of 11 or something. When you're playing on high rims, all the rules are the same for everyone in Europe the whole way. While in the States, y'all messing around with these AAU rules, and then college got different rules, and then you get into NBA, they got different rules. Like how, bro, like your basketball IQ is not gonna be crisp, and it's not like NBA rules favors basketball IQ. Everybody knows that. NBA rules is basically favored for the offense. And then all of a sudden, when you get to the playoffs, and now when you start refereeing the real, like you're supposed to ref and all that, that's why you see some players rise and some players just shrink, because now it's basketball. Basketball, it has to be played a certain way at the end of the day. And with that said, I'm saying that because Franz Wagner, he's looking at Tatum and Brown like, yo, I'm better than both of y'all. I'm not saying he is, but that's the way he's looking at them. And he's screaming loud that you can tell he's confident. The way he's walking on the court, he always feels like he's better than every player on the other team. Because don't forget, he's a world champ. He led Germany to the world championship over the United States, leading the team. So Franz Wagner is the real deal. Shout out to Franz. So Franz Wagner dropped 32, 8, and 7 yesterday. Yeah, that's the reason why they won. Tatum had 36, but he didn't have 8 and 7. He had 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Jalen Brown had 19 points. So, yeah, listen, Magic is a bigger team. Magic is a bigger team. They don't shoot threes as good as the Celtics, but they don't need to. Because if y'all can just find a way to keep Pritchard and Sam Hauser, those guys, if y'all can just find a way to keep them under control, then you will be fine. Because Porzingis is going to get you as much as he can get you. But if Pritchard's going to have 20, Hauser's going to have 15, then we're all of a sudden looking at a 120 game instead of 90. And that's exactly how playoff basketball has to be played. You got to keep it around 90, 100 point maxed. There's a reason why you can tell in regular season every score is 130 something, and then you get to the playoff. Now we always see is 90s all over the place. That's not an accident. And so when you're trying to play, coming to a 90-point game, I believe Magic can beat them. Do I want them to beat them? I'm not sure. I feel like Celtics, I want Celtics to go to 7, but still win at 7, so Celtics at least grow as a team. Because people are kind of disrespecting the championship for last year. Everybody's saying before they won, like they didn't play anybody. So at least if they go 7 against Magic, they can say they play somebody. If Magic wins, hey, Paolo is on, he's on the road to some greatness that, yeah, it's just a matter of time because, as I said last video, he got some work to do. Of course he does, and he got a long way to go, but he's only 22. So if he actually put the right, work on the right stuff right now, he's gonna be a problem. Because he's averaging 30 this series. The funny thing is I feel like he can average like 36 or 38 points this series. Might be sound crazy, but Jokic is out there getting those numbers, so he can definitely get those numbers. Especially if Drew Holiday is gonna be injured now because Celtics need Drew Holiday, but yeah, everybody knows that. So shout out to Magic for actually winning this game. I really wanted them to win the game 3, and they actually got it now. And I think they might get Celtics better come out guns blazing. But if that gun is not hitting, if you're gonna live and die by the 3, yeah, Tatum, you gotta we gonna need those 36 points again. I can tell you that much. But shout out to them, yeah. But let's jump to. I'm just gonna do a little quick. We'll go through the Golden State game or the Lakers game and Golden State faster. Lakers game, LeBron, he showed he was on vintage LeBron. He had 38. Luca was sick, something like that. He had something going on. You can tell that he wasn't even starting the second half. Like Luca was sick, so I don't want. I feel like I mean, Luca's one of the greatest player in the league right now. So we can't just let that go unnoticed that he was sick. But they need all 3 of them to be. I think they need all 4. The 4 first players, they need all of them to be like have great games. You see, you're gonna need AR around 20, Lemon Daddy, and you're gonna need Hachimura around 20 if Lakers gonna have a chance this series. Because McDaniels can give you 20, as he did. He gave us 30. Vincenzo, Nas Reed, those are super reliable role players. Everybody know what they can do. So you have that in guarantee that Vincenzo and Nas Reed is gonna give you something. Julius Randle, he just had a quiet 22, and that's all you need from Julius Randle. Anti 29. That's all you're gonna need too. So I'm not gonna go around dance around with this series. Everything is gonna come down to will Rui give you 20 or not. And I think if you have to rely on Rui giving you 20, I don't think you stand a chance. He's good enough, but some reason he's just not doing it. S- Oh, I don't understand the psyche with his because he got like he's a 6'9", he can shoot, dribble, dunk, all that. Like he's super athletic. Like he have all the attributes to be a super great player, but for some reason he's not. And it's not a coincidence with all the skill set that he got. That is always some issues with him. He's not gonna be. Yeah, Rui can't be. He's not the type of player that should be out to give you 13 and blah blah blah. Like, come on, man. What are we doing? Yeah, you're playing LeBron's team. I get that. Playing on James' team, yeah, you have to defer. But I still think LeBron would rather have you go out and give them 20, 25, and he can rest a little bit since he's 40. Y'all niggas have a 40-year-old nigga out there actually giving you 38 and you're not even giving him anything. I think we had like 7 or 9 points on 40 minutes. Like, what are we doing? Yeah, but it's not gonna be a Rui Hachimara video where we're just bashing Rui right now. So that's it. Jaden McDaniels. They invested in him. He'll be showing up. Like I said earlier in this video, playoffs now basketball have to be played a certain way. Now that this is when you see the value of players like Jaden McDaniels. Nobody talks about him in the regular season at all. But last year playoffs, you saw he balled out. And this year is this just kind of looking the same. So shout out to Jaden McDaniels, man, for having a 30-point game, strong game. Last game, Warriors. Yeah, Warriors got the win without Jimmy Butler, which is really nice. I remember somebody mentioned. I don't remember who. I don't. It wasn't. I forgot his. I forgot her name. It wasn't Lexi. It was the other girl that used to be on Gil's Arena. She said something about there is something with Steph Curry that he always find a way to win, and that's exactly what it was. But we gotta acknowledge Draymond Green, man. Yo, everybody's putting trying to or want to have a question mark around Draymond Green's name. But now when Jimmy Butler was out and he have to basically lead the team, set the tone on defense, like everything is going the defense, the philosophy, everything, he's running the thing. He's leading everything. Of course, they started Kuminga, which is a super hidden weapon. Like you see, that shows Steve Kerr. We all know we mad at him for not playing Kuminga at all. Like he was literally getting DMPs. But now you see that's how good he is. As soon as Jimmy Butler is out, he goes from DMP to starting. Shout out to my Congolese brother. And he did a great job. He won the game. So it's a reason why when Lakers wanted to trade LeBron for Kuminga, Golden State said no. Just imagine. LeBron for Kuminga and Golden State actually said no. That just says exactly. That should explain. That should say everything for everybody. And yeah, Steph Curry did his thing. Ime Udoka, man, yo, we all know you're a tough, rough rider coach, all that, but y'all gotta play basketball at the end of the day. Y'all can't just be out there wrestling, wrestling, wrestling for a whole series. You see, that's not gonna fly in the Bay Area. Maybe in home court, y'all might be able to wrestle with Golden State, but at some point, y'all gotta play basketball. Y'all just trying to be super rough. Yeah, you look interesting the first two games, but we need you to start playing basketball. And right now, we can tell y'all not smart enough to beat Golden State in basketball right now. Because if y'all were smarter, y'all have the better roster on paper, or y'all have at least something on paper that said that you should be able to beat them, but you're not. Golden State is playing better basketball than Houston Rockets right now, which is actually not surprising to anybody. So, Sengun, Draymond Green is getting under his skin, all that. So, Sengun he have to be dominant. Jalen Green, he have to dominate. But you can't just go out there and dominate against Golden State. It's not gonna, they're not just gonna let you do that. So yeah, man, yeah, yo, That series is gonna be interesting. So there's a lot of game fours today. That's gonna be interesting. I think Magic's gonna take this one, to be honest. Or Celtics would just go out there with a tsunami and with threes or something like that. We got Timberwolves and Lakers today too. Yeah, playoffs keep going, man. Hit the subscribe button. Let me know what y'all think. Here, peace.